Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new episode. Yes, we're coming back to like what we did last series. Yes, that's the Indonesian flag because someone may have forgotten to make a personalized background for this video. Me, I completely and utterly forgot. So now we're using the Indonesian flag for this. We may do this for every country where where we are. Anyway, we've got a lot to discuss. We've got 2 seasons to go through. The reason why is we did the season. Well, I did the season. You see it in like a week and a half. I did it in a day. So I decided that to do 2 seasons because of stuff. But we're going to explain to Bobby as well the rules of Indonesian football. We're going to explain to him exactly how things work. And how we've done and his goals for what we've got coming up next season. So let's hit the intro and let's enjoy the fucking madness. I think that's the right word to put it. Okay, Indonesian football, right, Bobby? First off, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm enjoying this. I think this is my favorite part of Save so far. Okay, I'm enjoying this so far. The reason is right. In Indonesian football, what you do is you have a group. You have your first group stage. You then have to finish in the top 3. If you finish in the top 3, you go through to the second group phase. Okay, if you finish bottom in the bottom 2 of that first group phase, you go into a relegation group phase, which is whoever does the best doesn't get relegated. The team that does the worst gets relegated. From it, it's mental. So then you get into the next phase, and the next phase of it is you have to finish top. You have to finish top in the four person group. You have to finish top, and then if you don't, so there's 3 groups and you have to finish top. Then whoever does the best in second place will go through.
Yeah.
Then you have a semi-final. You following on?
So far, so good.
Right. You then have 2 semi-finals. If you win the 2 semi-finals, you automatically promoted. But you go into a final to prove who is the best out of the final 2. If you don't win, you go into a third place playoff. And then in the third place playoff, it's whoever wins that game gets promoted as well. Okay. And if you lose, you don't go through. You're made all the way through to the final and you look like a knob because you haven't done it. So the season goes, there's not many teams in the Indonesian second division. So the season goes by really quick, but it gets more stressful as it goes on. And that's the honest truth. When we took over this, so we've got this. I'm going to get it up. Okay. So if you don't know who we are, we signed with an Indonesian team that has never stepped foot in the Indonesian first division in its existence of the whole entire universe. It's never won a league. It's never won a cup. It hasn't done anything. So I went, this could be fun. Why not take these over?
I do like their badge, though.
Do you know what I've just noticed? Why is there a cup of tea on there?
Why not?
Did they
what goes better with outside of beer? What goes better with footy? Cup of tea.
It's so true. The funniest thing is, in my head, so we've gone from we're like China with the star, right, with the red, and then we got English with the cup of tea.
Yeah.
And then it was founded in 1962. That means it was done. And there's stars, but I don't know. I've looked at this, still don't know what the stars mean because we haven't won anything. So it's not like when the World Cup, right? This with my England shirt on here, where the best way, where I've got a star up here. I don't actually have it on the shirt, we have a star up there to prove that you won the World Cup. I still don't understand the star. Anyway, so your thought, because I know you've seen the first episode. I know you've seen the first couple of episodes of doing it. You know that we're getting paid fucking pennies, and we're also spending £15 a week for a house in Airbnb. Work this out. It literally is £15 a week. I worked it out because there's no one wanting to live there. Your thoughts of what you thought we could do in the first season?
Well, I mean, it's always going to be a struggle with a new team like this, but then again, look what we've done before. So maybe, just maybe, we can fight for a spot. I'm not saying we're getting promoted, but we could at least try to fight for a promotion.
Okay, so let's get into this then. So, semi-finals and final. Okay, we got to the semi-final and the final.
Fantastic.
The games were a little bit. You'll see here. Right. So this was the semi-final. You can tell by the score that the tactic I went for was a little batshit crazy.
Yeah.
We lost on away goals. And we won this game. If I remember correctly, we won this game 4-1. 5-1. But because we got 4-1, because we got battered in the first leg, we then got in trouble the second one. So then we got to the third place playoff. And we got to the third place playoff final and looking for promotion and hopefully to get. Yeah, we lost on away goals again.
Oh no.
Look at the score. 7-7 on aggregate.
Oh no, that's wild. I mean, it's not bad for a first season in charge of this club, but wow, that hurts. It hurts just a little.
It hurts more when you lose the semi-final and the third place playoff on away goals. Not only that, you lost away goals because you drew 6-6, and then you got to the third place playoff and you drew 7-7.
So we don't defend very well when we're away from home.
No, we don't defend at all. By the way, the tactic, if you watch the series,
yeah,
the tactic is called Oppenheimer. I found it, and I went and I read the comments, and the comments on that tactic was, "This is the most batshit crazy formation I've ever tested," and it was 5 of them, and I went, "I'm going to have to use this," and I used it. And that's where this has come up. We weren't going to go through the group stage at one point until I did Oppenheimer, and then we started scoring. Also, as you can tell, in goal is John Cena. We had a bit of an up and down relationship with John Cena. As you can tell, he did absolutely fucking shit in that game. He did concede 6, so understandable. So you saw this, and you can tell by the Indonesian league so far is batshit crazy. What are your thoughts on the first season that we went through?
This is wild. But I mean, to get that far with a team that it's unexpected with and everything, hey, there's a glimmer of hope. I'm sure it'll at least get it, another 10p in the bank or something like that. We might be able to afford to loan somebody from a team right above us or something like that. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
We are in so much debt. I went through, right? This is the funniest thing, right? I'm going to quickly just jump off topic. Quickly, 1 second. I actually went through every single team in the Premier Division, because you've got the we call it Premier League, but they call it the Premier Division 1. This is the Indonesian League 2. Okay, so this is basically like the championship. Then all of that type of thing. I went through everyone in the Indonesian League 1, the Premier Division. Only one team made profit. Everyone else, and I mean this so brilliantly, everyone else made a loss. And I don't mean by like a grand or £2,000. 90% of them were £100,000 in debt. We're in that bracket as well. You cannot, right, sell to players because we're semi-professional. This is a semi-professional team, by the way. And I will say this now. We are a semi-professional team. This is not fully professional. We cannot offer wages. They are on £0 a week.
Oh, okay.
Some of them may have like £100 or that type of thing. But the money is all about you get paid if you appear as like an appearance fee
Yeah.
than it is about anything else. The other team that got promoted. Let me go back. So Malot, they were just. I think these guys here were professional. And we played them and we beat them. When we played them in that season, if you get relegated, you instantly go down to like a semi-professional team unless you're like after one season, because it's unsustainable to be a professional team because there's just no money in it whatsoever in there. So we're now going to go into next season. Seeing that we got to the final, third place playoff final. What would you have said the aim for this season would have been?
Promotion. Like either get that third place promotion or be in the final and get it from there.
See, I'm quite happy that you didn't come on then. Okay, so we got through to the semi-final and the final for promotion. I will give you that. And we got promoted.
Fantastic.
We are the best team. We won 6-3 overall. I'm hoping I actually got. Here we go. So here is the semi-final and the final. We won this time on away goals. We won a game.
Turn it around
by away goals.
Turned it around. Nice.
Also, I will say this. You will see it when you watch the episodes a little bit later on this week and next week. You'll see this. But Semyon Padang, right, who we faced in the final, in the year before, they won every single game in the league phase 1, right? They were the hot favourites to win the whole thing. They got to league phase 2 and lost every game. I have never seen a team drop off as much as what they did ever. But also, I will also say as well that Persik, the team that we beat on away goals, who did also get promoted as well through the third place playoff, they are in Asian Conference Conca Cup. So that is, to you and me, the equivalent to I think it's the equivalent to the Europa League. In Asia. They were playing that in the second division.
Wow.
They won the cup, the Indonesian Cup, in the first season and got relegated as well in the same season.
Wow.
I will say this as well. This is how mental this league is, by the way. The team that finished top in season 1 fought relegation in season 2 in the Indonesian league.
So we got a fun season coming up, don't we?
Yes, it's mental. So important news. So there was you'll see it later on, but the club would not give me a coaching badge. They would not give me a coaching badge. I have no coaching badge. They would give the under 18s manager a coaching badge. They gave the head of youth development a coaching badge before they even accepted mine. Oh, the anger levels, by the way, were going really high. So there's some news. We now have our first coaching badge. We're studying it. We're getting it. We're going through it. By the way, Bobby Munson, you have a higher coaching badge than I fucking do. You're on a continental C license. I'm still not on a national C license yet. I just clocked that. You're on a higher coaching. Why have I edited your pros who have a better bloody coaching badge than me?
This talks. It's the money. It's the money.
Do you know what? Also, as well, my assistant manager and every single coach I've hired has a bigger coaching badge than what I do, but I'm the problem.
You were busy winning while everyone else was taking their written exams.
Oh, so then I was really thinking about leaving this club. I was like, they're not helping. The owner is horrific. We're also getting paid 700 quid a week, by the way. I'm just going to point out, we're getting paid money. The £15 a week we're getting, spending in our house. We're not upgrading the house, by the way, for next season. We're staying in the £15 a house because we're going to save money for a plane ticket to anywhere in Asia that will give me a coaching badge. At this point, so they're paying the whole of the cost of the 480 quid, even though I could have done it in a week. They're paying for it. Thank you. And because they gave me this badge, I signed another contractor for another year. So we're not leaving now for another season because of that from it. But also as well, another important news: we are a professional football team. We are now a professional football team. And it should be it's announced. It's already done because I'm already in the season. I'm already done it. Excuse me while my camera decides to be playing funny buggers. There we go. So yes, we are now a fully professional team with fully professional contracts and fully professional setup, which means only one thing, ladies and gentlemen: we're losing more money.
Yay!
Oh, I love it. So here is my contract. I wanted to give it up there for everyone to see. I'm getting paid £700 a week, but after tax, I'm getting £525 a week after tax. I am there for another year. Here may do more. We're not sure. But if we get promoted, or it doesn't matter anymore. If we get relegated, my wage will drop 35%. And if anyone wants to come for me, they have to pay the release clause of £30,000. That they need to get rid of me. Bobby, I think this is we've got a couple more slides. Here it is. Here's the overall look at the side. As you can tell, I am now favourite personnel, not a legend, even though I've got this team promoted before anyone. This screenshot was taken in March before we turned professional. I want to get your thoughts. I will hint that I'm in the new season. Tomorrow's episode, we will play one game and look about everything else of what the professional looks like tomorrow. And what I will say is, and I will hint this as hard as I possibly can, we are 500 to 1 on to win the league, and we are rock bottom on favourites to get. We are favourites to get relegated. Bobby, your thoughts on this?
I'm living on a prayer for this next season.
Also, if you haven't seen already, because we were in such a bad financial state, and this is not in red, that is because the owner has had to pump more money into the club, much more money. I also signed more players, and he had to then pump more because of the players I signed, because we were so far in the red. I pumped. So Bobby, what is your feelings? Because we're now going to come back to the normal type of way we're going to do videos. We're going to be doing a 2-week way of doing a season as well. Of starting tomorrow, be 2 weeks until the end of the season. Because there's a lot more teams, a lot more at stake, and a lot more games that need to be played compared to what there was before. So, Bobby, for you, what is the aim? Fucking please be realistic.
Survival. I'm not even going to joke. Survival. That's
okay. Another question.
Yeah.
If there is an opportunity, right? And this is going to come up a lot of. This is where you have to say yes or no. Okay.
Yeah.
Where if there is an opportunity of a club that's higher up in the first division that offers me a job, do I take it, or do I have to stay with this team and finish the season off and then leave?
No, this is a different story. We take it. If it happens, we take it.
Right. So we've got to be begging twats What we're saying is, I have to be a begging twat to get another job.
Fuck it, go for it.
I love it. Okay, so anything else you want to say before we leave this off?
Nope, I think that's good. I love it. Let's see where this takes us, and on that, living on that prayer, see if we can survive.
Right. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Survival is the aim for next season. Make sure you come back to us tomorrow, where we will do that with love and care. Mine has been Mark. That's been Bobby Munson. And peace.